Good evening and welcome to 20-somethings, a show for 20-somethings by 20-somethings. Today we're going to be talking about March Madness, the 2025 F1 season so far, and Ubisoft's controversy regarding their latest game, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm your host, Ivan Nasovsky, and tonight I'm joined by my wonderful team of co-hosts. Please say hello to Abby, Scott, and Kevin. Friends, how are we all doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Doing great.
Awesome.
How are you?
Good, thank you for asking. All right, so for the last show of the month of March, let's kick off our topics with March Madness, the biggest college basketball tournament. So we are currently approaching the end of the tournament. As a matter of fact, we are actually on the Final Four stage for men's basketball, and if I remember correctly, women's basketball are still wrapping up their Elite Eights. But who do you think is going to win? And before we discuss that, I want us to take a look at the men's bracket so far. So this is the men's.
Holy.
Oh, yeah.
This is the best I could do. I don't know why they made the official NCAA page. They made the graphic.
Does that
huge.
say Alaska?
I think it says
So you have.
this is
Yeah.
tough.
Can we, Jarvis, enhance this?
Yeah.
Can we get a zoom in?
Okay.
Cool.
Guess not.
I genuinely don't know what the teams are.
So for men's,
We have
we have Auburn versus Florida Gators, and then we
Alright.
have Duke versus Houston, I believe.
Yes, correct.
So are we just like saying
Doing our
who's gonna-
predictions?
Okay. Do
Yeah.
you want? So are we going in like order or what?
Sure.
Or okay. So you. Okay.
Yes.
So you pick the order.
All right. Let's start.
Okay.
Let's go around the table.
For men's, I think we're gonna have to go with Florida, for Florida versus Houston.
Mhm.
I'm
I
thinking.
mean, Florida's playing Auburn.
Oh, that's my finals predictions. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta predict.
Yeah, sorry. Florida versus Auburn. I got Florida.
Okay.
Duke versus Houston. I got Duke. And then Duke versus Florida. I have Florida takes it 84 to 80.
Okay.
I thought you said Florida versus Houston in the first one.
I didn't even do my predictions for the finals.
I'll do-
Whatever, I can.
Okay. I think Duke is going to beat Houston. I think Auburn will beat Florida, and I think Auburn will beat Duke, and I think the score will be 74 to 69 in the final game.
I think Duke versus Houston. Duke is going to win. That score is going to be a 90 to 72.
Oh, shit.
Big score.
Auburn versus Florida. I think Auburn's going to win with an 80 to 77. Finals. Duke versus Auburn. I think Duke is going to take it with a solid maybe 85 to like 78.
Okay.
So you think the two best teams in the country? You think one of the best teams in the country is going to lose by 18 points?
What's the best team in the country?
Well, they're all one seeds.
They're all one
They're all
season.
So
one
you think
seeds.
one
Okay.
seed's going to beat the other one seed by 18 points?
But they're all one seeds, so why can't they?
That's
They're
just like
like
a
the
big.
best of
That's
the
a
best.
big gap of score. That's all
Yeah,
I'm saying.
that's like
But they're all good.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
so-
why would one team beat the other team by 18 points?
well, yeah.
Because they're good.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm confused what the question is.
Sure.
Never mind.
Ivan?
I think for Duke and Houston, Duke is going to come through to the final. I don't know. I think Duke's going to pull a Wilt Chamberlain. They're going to pull off a 100-point game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very bold of me, but.
Yeah.
It's a big score in college.
And then
big score.
I think Auburn versus Florida. Florida's going to beat Auburn 85 to 81, something
Okay.
like that. And then I think in the final it's going to be Duke with a score of 92 to 83.
Cool.
so,
What about
so
for females?
Yeah, so I
Oh,
have
female.
a
Do we have
graphic
the
for the female bracket. Hopefully we can actually
yes,
see
pull
it
up the
this
graphic.
time.
Yeah.
So rest
Zoom
in peace.
zoom
Rest in peace, Michigan State. Had to get
So
that out.
let's take a
Let me
look
get
at
my Ben Franklin bifocals out for this one. Can we see the graphic?
Are we
please?
gonna pull it up? Here.
Hey,
Oh, yeah,
this
all
one's a
right,
little
yeah,
bit
we got
better.
University of.
So if I recall correctly, we have UConn in the
Yes.
Final Four.
Yes.
No, UConn has not played yet. I don't think.
UConn hasn't played
can't
yet, but
see
I
it.
think UConn.
UCLA is in the
UConn has
Final
it
Four.
All right, let's see UCLA.
Page.
So I think, yeah. I think
UCLA and I think it's North Carolina State are in the Final Four right now. Those are the only two teams in the Final
Yeah,
Four.
I think UConn's going to take it all for females.
I agree. I don't.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit of a unanimous
I
decision.
don't
Yeah.
think there's really much
UConn's
competition.
is a dynasty. And
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
they've been a
They're-
dynasty.
yeah, they've been a dynasty.
Killing
But
it.
It's disgusting.
no, USC was really good, but they had their best player like tore her ACL.
Yeah, what's her name?
Yeah, can you name me 25 female
Yeah, that's
college
crazy.
basketball
That's
players?
crazy, dude.
Right now?
Name 3.
Paige Weckers, Caitlin Clark.
She's in the WNBA.
Look,
She
all I'm
actually
saying,
is
the
no
best
longer in
player on USC got hurt, and that's why I don't.
What's her name?
Oh my God. I don't know.
I see where you stand.
I couldn't name somebody on the men's team either.
I mean, regardless of who's playing for which team, I
LeBron
think.
James?
I mean, hopefully this season's champions will find their special formulas. And
Yes.
while we're on the topic of formulas, we are currently 2 races into the 2025 Formula One season, and already has been full of excitement, full of drama. And if this is your first time kind of looking at Formula One, I've prepared a slight recap of the current Formula One season. So let's look at the recap that I've put together for all of us.
Yeah, was he
Are
playing
we
with
talking
Barber?
about caution and gamble?
One off already.
No way. Isaac Hadjar. We were talking about the rookies.
Is he driving also slowly? And just listen.
The lines around this circuit on all. Red lights go out. The new season is underway, and we're racing to turn number 1.
The conventional rubber.
Oh, big moment into the wall, and the Alpine finds the barriers.
For science rather than anything else. That's a bizarre one.
I had like a massive torque surge.
But there was a gravel or something on the... No, he didn't actually go as far over the line, and that seems to be enough to have broken traction.
Is there leakage?
A leakage of what?
I have the seat full of water, like full of water.
Must be the water.
Let's add that to the words of wisdom.
Remember, the medium tyre is off go the McLarens. First of all, Lando Norris, then Oscar Piastri, and Max Verstappen is on line to take second place, and he does so as the Australian driver spins at the penultimate corner of the racetrack. Can he keep the car going? Lando Norris wins the Australian Grand Prix. Of the British driver getting past the New Zealander under braking at the hairpin, or at least the lap before he was there. There you go.
Ciao.
Oscar Piastri wins the Chinese Grand Prix for only his 3rd Grand Prix victory.
Yeah, what's his name?
Liam Lawson.
So yeah, a very, very crazy start to the 2025 season, and especially after the Chinese Grand Prix, Ferrari, one of the favorites, both drivers, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, disqualified. But
Cheating in China. Shock.
I'm
my
sorry.
days.
I see Izzy off screen laughing at you saying Ferrari was the favorite, because they're obviously not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean McLaren. I mean they're actually the defending constructors champions. They won last year in 2024, even though Supermax won the drivers' championship. I mean he was practically carrying, and this season we had Liam Lawson.
So my question is, like, why do they crash so much?
Well,
Yeah,
Like, can't they just drive? It's their
Facts.
job.
Like once they get on the grass, why can't they move?
Yes.
so when you're racing, and this is coming from me who did a lot of sim racing, when you go like off the grass, especially in rainy conditions, it's like slipping on soap. It's very slippery, and at that speed, like it's super easy to lose traction.
Similar to Mario Kart, you slow down.
Like you drive over a banana.
Yeah. They don't have mushrooms. They don't
But it's
have
their
green shells?
job, though. Aren't they good at it?
Yeah.
They're one of the best.
All right.
So
Believe-
can cars hit each other and they like?
Ten cars.
No, because the way these cars are built, like if you like just tap each other, it's very easy to like break something.
Okay.
I don't want to say Formula One cars are fragile, but there's a lot that goes
They
into.
sound fragile.
Because
They look fragile,
This
quite
is
Yeah,
frankly.
they're like skinny.
Couldn't take a red shell.
Quite frankly,
They could not. Or first place blue shell.
yeah, Blue Shell is destroying it.
But no, this isn't like NASCAR where you can like either pull a Ross Chastain into the wall or like just bump each other out of the way. Like
So bumping is, it's like it's frowned upon.
you will get penalized.
Oh, it's like actually illegal.
Yes,
Is that so? People were disqualified.
yes, but they weren't disqualified for hitting each other.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, both Charles and Pierre Gasly of Alpine, they were disqualified for being underweight, and
Hate
with
when I'm underweight.
Lewis Hamilton, it was his floorboard was a little too thin.
Okay.
He didn't throw a
So-
banana at Leclerc.
Yeah, so I'm confused about they don't check the cars before they get on the road,
They do.
but then they cheated.
So they let him race and then disqualify him after?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like
How's that fair?
the other thing is like, you can like, especially like tires, like you'll lose like weight in tires. Like there's or like just in general, back in the 70s, James Hunt was disqualified from a race because his car was deemed too wide, but they didn't take into account that tires, when they heat up, they expand. So then they later on reinstated him, and then James Hunt actually became the first British world champion in 1976, beating out rival Niki Lauda.
So it's similar to Tom Brady's football deflate, right?
Completely innocent.
I don't.
I don't think Tom.
But
Wearing
it's like
the
similar in the
Patriots
sense of
shirt.
like
Show the
things can
camera.
change once
The Patriots.
Yes.
He did nothing
things are
wrong.
going
Tom
on.
Brady
Correct.
Glazer.
Because
Tom Brady did
because
nothing wrong.
with Formula One, like the regulations are ever so changing. Like
Yeah.
the
I was at that game.
the cars you saw in this video, they're under the 2022 regulations, and then next year in 2026 we're going to see new regulations, new cars. So it's interesting to see how the season is going to come along, especially with McLaren. They haven't been able to win a constructors champion. Well, sorry, they haven't been able to have a drivers championship since Lewis Hamilton back in 2008. Lewis Hamilton is currently driving for Ferrari after a long-term stint with Mercedes, earning him 6 world championships.
Can I say something cool?
Of course.
So I was in Texas on spring break, and there was a little F1 booth at South by Southwest. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Did you
And-
drive it?
No, I didn't drive it, but basically we just had to listen to the lady's spiel for like 45 minutes. And she gave me and Kevin VIP cards to go to the new location in Boston.
Oh yeah, they do have.
Oh, yeah, the F1
Yeah,
arcade.
and so we get like a free drink and to drive for free, which is crazy because they're promoting drinking and driving. But honestly, I'm okay with that. I feel like it's only the people that get caught that
Yeah.
are really the bad.
I mean, I think you'll definitely enjoy driving the
Yeah.
F1 simulator. It's a very fun
Yeah,
experience.
that sounds fun.
yeah, I just think it's cool, you know.
But
Yeah, it's cool.
But yeah, hopefully this F1 season, I mean, this season is already full of excitement, and hopefully it will carry on that thrill and avoid controversy, unlike Ubisoft with their newest game, Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Did it again.
And
These transitions
I've
are so
prepared a
good.
little clip for us to watch before we discuss. So
Please
let's take a look.
roll the.
Let's take a gander.
This guy's on fire today.
He's killing.
Nobukatsu and his men spare no one.
We have ways to banish such darkness. The path of the warrior is like a boundless river that begins as a stream. One warrior stands upon the battlefield, while another lives in the darkness. Driven by vengeance,
I have a debt to settle.
bound by blood, we will be unstoppable. Adapt to every condition. And let your blade be an extension of your spirit. Remember, justice is forged in the shadows.
Assassin's Creed Shadows, available now.
He's gonna bring it.
So for this segment, I'm gonna have Scott kind of take over, talk about Assassin's Creed. So
Sure.
take it
sure.
away, Scott.
Yeah. So Assassin's Creed has always been a franchise that relies on historical accuracy, but they Sorry, somebody laughed off the screen.
I heard that too.
So they use historical nonfiction to like develop the stories behind their games, and then they like heavily change it fictionally.
Right.
And the problem with so with the new game, you're playing as a black character in Japan, and you also play as a female character in Japan. And a lot in the past series of the games is you've played as like a white male or like somebody that's not like white. You know what I mean?
But if I recall,
basically white,
But
white skin kind of.
if I recall correctly, though, Yasuke, the Black Samurai, he's a real historical figure. Correct?
Yes, they build their stories off of historical, facts. But so in the past games, in one example, you would literally at the end of the game, you were fist fighting the Pope. And,
Holy
yeah,
cow.
and like nobody had a problem with that. But now because you're playing as a black character, all these people are coming in now. Oh, this is so messed up. This is so, guys, come on, we can't have this. This is like inaccurate. This is offensive to Japanese culture. So it's really just a race thing. People, it's because it's a black character and a female character. And the gaming community is very toxic. You know about it.
Yeah.
'Cause
they just want to play as white men.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
people
they're used
are
to.
arguing that it is becoming
They're
woke.
they're saying
exactly.
woke, but it's really just the same shtick that they do with these games. It's just different characters now, and they're not white.
So it's an issue now.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest. Like looking at the trailer, I mean, it seems interesting. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Yasuke looks sick.
Violent.
And I can say I've played it a little bit, and so has Kevin. It's very interesting.
That's fun.
If you respect Japanese culture, there's a lot to there's a lot of like they have like full in-game like lore tabs where they explain to you like the lore and like history. And fun fact, in one of my high school classes, so do you remember the Odyssey game, the game set in Greece? So they had like a tour version of the game where they literally take you around the map and show you all the historical landmarks. And one of my high school teachers used that to like teach us about ancient Greece because it's actually like that accurate. So it's like they're pretty accurate on the historical stuff. They just make it non-fictional or fictional, sorry. And people have a problem with that now, I guess.
I think that's silly. I
Yeah.
don't think there's a need to have any issues with it.
It's a video game.
Yeah, it's a
think
video game.
it's
Is
a-
it that deep?
No,
Like,
it's really not.
You jump 50 feet off the ground and land in a hay bale.
Land in a
Yeah.
hay bale.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a video game based on violence. Like, I don't really see the problem. I mean, no one has a problem with GTA, and GTA has.
Very
They do now, though,
controversial.
because you can play as a woman, as a protagonist.
Oh.
Exactly. So it's the
That's,
same
they have a
thing.
problem with that?
Women
Yes,
are ruining
I'm telling you, it's
everything.
So
every
white.
single game.
So you're
now.
saying white men are ruining things?
facts.
No, oh,
I think
yeah,
I think the
guess,
most
yeah.
controversial thing about modern video games is the pricing. But that's a story for
That's-
another
that's
time,
true.
as we are unfortunately out of time.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, I have money, so it's not a big.
I want to thank all of you for joining me today on this segment, and
Thank you for having
us.
us.
For having us
And-
tonight.
as always, thank you all for watching.
Thank you to the entire crew.
Thank you.
And we'll
except
see you
for
next time.
Owen.
Shout out Michigan State. Rest in peace.
Shout out LeBron.